On this episode, we explore snow trails in the Tahoe National Forest. Hey guys, this is Mike, also known as FlyFisher530. We are off to Truckee, California today for a snow day. We're going to see if there's any trails available to ride on in the snow. There is a substantial amount of snow in the high Sierras, so I'm not really sure what we're going to get into today, if it's even going to be worthwhile for us to try anything. Got a couple other guys I'm going to meet up with here, Jake, Dylan, and Coady, and we'll see what we can get to. But you'll see on the video here with the traffic I'm involved in. It's a mess right now. All the way up from where I live in the foothills, it was pretty uneventful getting up to Truckee, but a couple miles before Truckee, hit a major slowdown, and it's probably taken me a half hour to go just a couple miles. So anyway, we'll hopefully get through this traffic soon and keep you guys posted on how we do up here today. So backing up a bit, you can see what the drive up to Truckee looked like from the western Sierra foothills that I live in. It's about an hour and a half drive normally to get to Truckee from my house. And you can see there's quite a substantial snowpack this year. In fact, the Lake Tahoe Basin received a record 18 feet of snow, and that's going back recording over 142 years. So a great start to the season. California really needs the snowpack, and it's great to see that much snow in the Sierras. So please enjoy the rest of this video as we head up to Truckee. So you can see here what the traffic's looking like getting into Truckee. We're just getting to the Donner State Park exit. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it'll clear up here. This is about the fastest it's been going so far. But just needed to go a couple miles. And of course, wouldn't you know it, hit a major slowdown. I had to take a detour because of major traffic. I'm just getting into Truckee now, so it took me 2.5 hours, well, 2 hours and 15 minutes to get to Truckee. Major traffic. Sat in traffic probably half hour, 45 minutes just to go a couple miles. But this is my alternate route to avoid the freeway for a mile. My God, it's beautiful up here today. This is downtown Truckee. But that was not fun, the traffic. So after getting through downtown Truckee, we started heading back towards the highway and towards our final destination, which would be the Boca Reservoir area. just on the, I guess it'd be the northeast side of Truckee, California. And so hope you enjoy this section of the video as we get to our starting point of our snow day trek. So after meeting up with Coady, Jake, Dylan, and Forrest, we headed out on the trail. I'm leaving the audio on from that section of the trip here in this sequence of the video, just so you can get a sense of how we were doing, and really need to consider this was our first time ever really going on a snow trail, so we weren't completely sure what we were doing here. But I want to check Gaia and make sure I know where I'm going here.
10-4. Should we grab a couple photos?
Yeah, go for it, because we've got a minute here, I think.
Before we get stuck?
Yeah. So we got out and took some photos, and just to give you guys some context here, this is our first time ever out on a snow trail. And I thought we were pretty well prepared. I had a winch. We had all aired down to 18 psi. I had 2 Max Trax boards, a shovel, recovery ropes, a snatch strap, a snatch block, that sort of thing. High lift jack with us as well. So I felt like we were in pretty good shape if we got into any issues. But I'll let you guys be the judge as this video continues.
Pretty deep right there, Mike.
So we came across the point where a person had just gotten stuck in the snow. You'll see them here in the video in a minute, but there's a spot up ahead that was quite deep where the guy had dug himself out. He'd actually spent 2 hours trying to dig himself out, until we came along right when he finished the job and was moving out and going back. And that was definitely a warning sign. We just felt that, you know, we were very capable with the recovery equipment we had and the off-road vehicles we had. And so we decided to stick it out, and here he is leaving in his vehicle. Again, the poor guy was really dug in deep and took a while grabbing branches, I guess, off the trees to try and help himself get out of a bad situation. Didn't look like he had any recovery gear at all. So here we are back on the trail, and hopefully you like this section of the video.
I don't know if we'd make it if we got off the trail. Yeah, it's pretty deep. I really hope no one comes the other way.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I think so.
So we continued on past Boca Reservoir towards Stampede Reservoir, which is about 7 miles in from the pavement where we were parked. And things were going relatively well. Our only concern was that if somebody was coming the other direction, we knew the shoulders were quite deep with snow, and that if somebody was to pull off into the shoulder areas, somebody was definitely going to get stuck. So we continued to move along, and we're fairly convinced things would go well until we got to this point. And this was actually at a sign that says we are in 7 miles from Highway 80 where we parked, and it was obvious that the tracks were starting to get deeper with snow, and my rig here is obviously starting to struggle a bit. It's possible we could have tried to push forward, but being new to snow wheeling, we didn't really want to chance it. I ended up going past this area and taking a turn to try and head into the reservoir area proper for Stampede Reservoir. But Coady, who was behind me, the last car on the line, ended up getting stuck basically in my tracks, I think. So then began the process of trying to get Coady out of that situation. And we had 2 MaxTrax boards here. We're trying to get him back on those MaxTrax boards, which are on the back of his rig.
It's right here. This is the only
And
one
we really came to the only option. I couldn't get around to the back of him, and so really the only option was to get a high lift jack out and use it as a winch.
Come on.
And we basically used it to help get the wheels up on the MaxTrax boards and out of the ruts
Yeah,
that he
hold
was
the brake,
in.
keep it.
So this is what we proceeded to do, probably for a good hour to 2 hours, trying to get him out of that situation.
Hey, not yet.
Once we did get him out of that situation, once Coady was out of there, we started backing up, and then everyone else started getting stuck. The further we backed up out of the area, the sun had come out. It was now the afternoon. The snow was turning to a slushy type material. My rig is now getting stuck on the high point between the ruts with the other vehicles behind me as we're backing up. So we got the winch out and started a process of either pulling myself forward to get myself out of the ruts and onto some MaxTrax boards, or having the guys push the vehicle
backwards, depending on the situation we were in. So you're going to see a process here of getting out of a rut, backing up, getting back into a rut, and getting high centered again, and then getting pushed again several times until we finally cleared this really, really bad area. So hopefully you like this section of the video.
I can't let you go, baby. I just want to tell you that. No, 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 no. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care. 'Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. Cause I love you, baby. No, 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 no. Can't let you go. Cause I love you, yeah. There was a time I didn't have romance, but after I met you, I felt it was my chance. Well, nobody tells me good things about you, baby. I'm gonna stay right here, and I don't mean maybe. Yeah. I can't let you go. I can't let you go. Yeah. I can't let you go. Yeah.
So special thanks to those snowmobile guys who came along. I don't know what we would have done without those guys. They were extremely helpful. So the rest of the day we just spent in a infinite loop Groundhog Day situation where we were backing up for literally about 5 miles until we were back towards the beginning of our trip. And we really don't have a lot of video from that. It was almost sundown. You know, my rig was mainly pointing backwards for the remainder of the way back, so the video was not that exciting. But it was something to try and back up for literally almost 5 miles, either using your mirrors or turning your neck around. And we did learn some lessons that day. As you can see here, consider the warning signs before you go too far in. We were definitely given some warning signs by the guy being stuck in the snow. We could tell that the shoulders were extremely deep, that if we got in the shoulder areas, we would probably definitely get stuck. We could have used 4 recovery boards. That is probably one of the key things that we should have had with us, not 2. That would have made life a lot simpler getting out of the ruts. And, probably the vehicle with the winch, if there's only one vehicle with a winch, keep it at the back of the group. So if the first guy gets stuck, you have hopefully some way of getting him pulled out. At least the guy in front of you can pull on, and he can pull on the guy in front of him. You can never bring enough rope or straps in these situations. We ended up using multiple ropes and straps to get ourselves out of a jam. Snow chains would have been a great idea as well. And a high lift jack, a lot of people say, they're really not necessary. Always just keep a bottle jack in your rig. And I was seriously considering getting rid of my high lift jack once I got a bottle jack for my Jeep, and now I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. It is so useful as a come along in a real recovery situation that I will definitely always be keeping a high lift jack with me from now on. And consider having also a backup plan for recovery, either some buddies that can come and get you, or know an off-road recovery service that might be able to come and get you. Have a way to reach out to others if you don't have a cell site, through like an inReach device, some sort of a satellite communication system like a Garmin inReach or similar. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a fun day. Even though we got stuck, we learned a lot, and I think that in and of itself was really useful. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if so, please like and subscribe. This is a new channel and I'm still learning a lot, and your following along would really help the channel a lot. So thank you again, and hope to see you guys on the trail someday.